and today we are going to do the main thing. Means yesterday what we did, we created a simple Redux app in vanilla JavaScript, and we learned Redux through it. But today we are going to do the main thing. Redux is meant mainly for state management in React only. So that is the main work of Redux. So that is what we are going to do today. So one sec, let me see that I'm live on YouTube. Okay. So let me share my screen. So what I have done, so I have created a simple React app, nothing, just with this command npx create React app and React Redux demo. So I have created it. So it got created. Actually, it takes 5 to 10 minutes. So I generally don't do this thing. Okay. So let me go here, cd React Redux demo here, and then let me open it with VS Code and npm start. Increase the font size. What we are going to do, we are going to do the same number of eggs and thing, which I think some of you might not like who are vegetarians, because once I was giving this demo to one of my students and he told that I am a pure vegetarian and I don't like this example, so sorry for that. Okay, so this is like this, and now what we're going to do, we are going to create a components. Okay, so src, I'm going to go, and here components folder we are going to create, and inside this we are going to first create a egg container.js. so just like a React component will be created. Okay, so after that let us create a functional component, RAFCE egg container, and inside this let me have a h2. I don't know why this doesn't work nowadays. Let me do one thing, and my Amit is not working, so there is a trick I know. Rename it to JSX. If I do, okay, if I do a JSX, okay, then h2, see, now it will work. So from now onwards I'm going to do the JSX only. So JSX, at the end of the day, even if you do JSX, it is actually a React file, so you can give JSX also. Okay, number of eggs and button is by egg, and the egg container is there. Okay, so this is there. Down in the app.js we'll go, and here we'll remove everything. So we don't want to remove a lot of things. It's again a demo app, so we don't want to remove everything. So app is there, and egg container I will, and this will come egg container. So let us see whether egg container is shown. Yeah, container is shown. Number of eggs and by egg, this button is being shown. Okay, so again for the refreshers, so let me show for the refreshers what is there, how we are going to create. So see, the same thing we are going to have. One React app will be there, and it will dispatch an action. Action will go to the reducer will go to the Redux store, and Redux store we have to subscribe to the React app. So instead of JavaScript app we have a React app. So this is what we are going to do now. Okay, so let's get started. And as I've told here, what is going to we are going to do, everything is going to be in a different file. So there in that Redux app, what we did, everything we did in a single file, but here everything we are going to do in a separate file, and that is how we work in a Redux project. Okay, so in components what I am going to do, so there are different ways in which the skeleton of a Redux app is being created. So what I am going to do in the components, I'm going to have a Redux folder, not in components, in the src I'm going to have a Redux folder, and inside that Redux I am going to have a act folder. So this folder structure is also very important, because in different project, whatever project you will go, in different project you will see a different type of structure is there. Okay, so that is important as according to the company you'll do, and this is also a very common structure which I'm going to do. Also egg, so everything related to egg. So Redux is there, and everything related to egg, like it's action creator, like it is a reducer, like it constant, all of these things will be here. So inside this egg, now I will create a new file, egg actions.js. Let me create JS only now, because it's not a component, we don't need much JSX here. And egg types dot js, so this types is also there. Okay, so first this egg actions, let me do egg types first. So because we are going to import it, so let us do that. Export const by egg equal to by egg. So we are going to buy a single egg, so that's why it's egg not x. And now the action creator, so the action creator is the same thing, means which we have seen earlier also. The action creator will have a action means a function. Okay, so first thing which we have to do is which is import by egg from dot by dot egg types, because it is in the same folder. And then we have to do an export const by egg, it is a function, by egg is a function, like this. And then return type is by egg. Okay, like this, save it. So like this, a function is there. So the next thing which we have to do is the reducer. So we are going to have a reducer also in the same folder. So here inside this egg, I'm going to have a new file, egg reducer.js. I'm going to create, and here again this, I don't need this now, this thing I'm going to have. Okay, import egg types, and then as we have done in the Redux app, exactly same thing is there, so which we have done yesterday, exactly same thing, but the files are different. So that's why I taught Redux first alone without React, so that it will be easier. Okay, const initial, those who have not gone through that, please go through that yesterday's class, and you will understand what I'm talking about. Const initial state is num of x is maybe 100, not 10, 100, because generally people take it in dozen. And now we'll have the reducer, const egg reducer equal to state equal to initial state, and the action will be there. And then switch action, yeah, switch action dot type is case is by egg, and return is dot 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 state, and num of x is equal to state dot num of x minus 1, and default is return state, just like this is there, return state. And so dot dot state, as I've told earlier also, it is important if we are soon going to have buy chicken also, so that's why the dot dot state is important, because we are going to have a number of chickens also here, so that it will spread. So it's a good way to take this initially also, even though we have only one state, but we should take it like this. Okay, number of state, so when I'm going to do a by egg, this egg one will be deducted, and we have to export it also. So I'll do export default and egg reducer, I'll do. Okay, so this is done. Now we are going to have the store, this store we are going to have same concept what we are seeing there. So but we are going to have a store, and store will be a common store. So that's why what we are not going to have it inside this egg, we're going to have it here in the Redux, because we're soon going to have other Redux also, as I have told, for the chicken, which we have done for there also. Store.js I'm going to do, and then we have to import something from Redux. I think I have not installed some things. Okay, one sec. Yeah, I think I have not installed. Let me check one sec. Yeah, I have not installed Redux and React Redux. Okay, so let me do it quickly. Control J, because my app is running, so I don't want to do it from there. And I don't like this PowerShell. I like Git Bash. Okay, so here I do npm I Redux. One I install Redux, and one another package is React Redux. So Redux we have installed in the previous day also. We have installed Redux, and we have another package known as React Redux. What is this React Redux? So React Redux is a package which is required to add Redux in React. Okay, so React Redux we have done. So we have installed both of these things. Okay, so let it get installed. Yeah, it is installed. Okay, so okay, yeah, so now we can create the store. Import create store from Redux. One sec, it's very cold. Okay, then import egg reducer from. So anyways, the store is connected with the reducer, so we have to do this dot egg and egg reducer we have to do, and then const store equal to create a store and egg reducer and export default store. Export default store. I'm going to do save it. Okay, so that is done. So we're using this. Soon we are going to use the multiple reducer also. So let's first do it like this only. Okay, so now the main piece of the puzzle we have to do, and what happens in your React when we are going to use reducer, the concept is somewhat like the context API which we learned earlier. There is a provider thing which we have to wrap in a central component, and which is app.js. We have to wrap it here, so it is necessary. Okay, so this is provided by React Redux, not Redux, React Redux library. So here the first thing which we are going to do is to wrap this thing. So let me wrap this thing provider, like this provider, and it is telling me to import it from React Redux. Let me do it like this, and let me close it. Provider, okay, it is not like this. I have to close it and I have to wrap the container or the central container, whatever is there. And here we have to pass the store. Okay, so store equal to store, and this store is nothing but from the Redux store. So this store is there. So this is something which is required in a React Redux app. Okay, so this I am do. Okay, something is not correct. Okay, this I'm going to do. Now I can use the whole thing. Okay, but then also actually we forgot to do one thing, and that thing is in this store level we have to export the action creator. Actually the action creator, what is happening right now, it is like this, but we are going to have a central export. The reason for that is that we are going to have more action creators, and we need to have a central export for that. And for that, inside this Redux only, I am going to create a index.js, and here I'll do export by egg from, not like this, from dot egg and egg actions. Save it. Hope there is no error. No, there is no error. Okay, so now the main thing is there. The main thing is that the component thing, and this is where the confusion starts generally. Okay, this is where the confusion starts. Why? because we will see why. Okay, there are two complicated functions here. One is known as map state to prop, and another is known as map dispatch to prop. So why they are complicated? They are complicated for a reason. Okay, and we will see why they are complicated, and because of them only Redux got a bit of bad name. Actually, this action creator reducer, these are all okay. It's the way I have explained through the Redux example, it is okay. But now the main problem will start. Okay, so first thing first, see our component, this component only will dispatch, and this component only uh, get the new state. So it is like that. So we will have this button, it will do a buy egg, and we are showing the number of eggs also in this component only. So we are going to show that, and we show that it is reduced. So sometimes what happens that showing part is done by some other component, and dispatching part is done by some other component. So we will use two different components in those cases. Okay, so in this case we are doing it from the same component only. So the first thing is that we need to change this and do something. And there is a pattern, there was a pattern, because nowadays not many people use it, which is known as a higher order component. So higher order component is a very complicated pattern in which the component we do means we add some functionality to it. Higher order component means something like that, we add functionality to it. So that is known as higher order component. Okay, so export default, I will do a connect and see this thing. So this connect is there, and this connect is something again we have to import from React Redux like this. And here there will be two function, map state to props comma map dispatch. They are not actually keyword, but mostly we take it like this only, map state to props and map dispatch to props. So see, we are changing the functionality, we are adding some two new functions to this egg container. So this is known as higher order component. So now as you might know that this map and dispatch to props is to dispatch the action creator, and dispatch the action creator means dispatch this by egg. Okay, so we are going to do that. First, const map dispatch to props I'm going to do, and we are going to have a dispatch function. And I don't like this an arrow function if we are having one parameter, why to use this like this. Okay, then we are going to have here return. Okay, return, and here a buy egg is there. Okay, buy egg I'm going to have, and this function I'm going to have, and this patch by egg, dispatch by egg. So what is this dispatch by egg? Okay, this dispatch by egg I'm going to tell. So this dispatch by egg, again we have to import it actually, dispatch by egg. Okay, so we don't have to go so deep. That is one of the reason we have created that index.js. Okay, so we can just do it from there. Okay, by egg from Redux, because if you even have click it, see it will go there because we have an index here. Okay, it will go because of that reason, because this index we have already exporting it like this. Okay, so the thing is that, so when map dispatch to props has been done, what is going to do, this by egg will be called. Okay, so let us also add it. Okay, what is this? So this by is different than this by. This by egg is actually this function by egg, and this by egg is this local by egg. We could have named it differently, but it's okay, let us named it the same thing, by egg. Okay, so this by egg will come from this button as a on click will be. So then first confusing thing comes. Okay, so on click, see this thing, props dot by egg, props dot by egg I will do. Okay, props dot by egg I will do. So what is this props? So first thing is that I have to use the props here. So when we work with Redux, React Redux, what is happen? We get a props. So what is this props? This is not a React props. One thing to keep in mind, this is not a React props. This is a Redux props. Okay, this is a Redux prop first thing. And this is, if this is a Redux prop, then what is this? See this by egg on click, I'm calling this by egg. This by egg I was calling. Okay, props.byag I'm doing. So I have to use this props to call this byag that is there, and then this byag will call a function like this, calling a function, arrow function, and then this through the dispatch only, and through dispatch only we can call the action creator, and then all the same thing will happen which I have told earlier. I'll go through that after that. Okay, so let me go through that also. So when the user click on that button, this props.byag is there. As I've told this, to access this we have to use the props, and which is different than React code. It's a Redux props. Okay, so this byag, this has been called on click, and then it dispatches it to byag, to which is the action creator, and then as the action creator is magically connected to the reducer, as I've told earlier, that magic is there. So when that magic will happen, that what will happen, type is byag is there, so it will run this thing. Okay, this reducer, it will run through that magic, and the switch case is byag, so the case is a byag, so this byag will run, and then it will take the initial, because we're using default parameters, so in each state is equal to this thing, number of x is 100, so it will reduce it, and the number of x will now become 99. So our state is now 99, and it's a global state, so that much is there through this. We have not yet got that thing, so that part we have seen till here. Even it will store in the Redux store. Okay, that will store in the Redux store. They say it like that. So now the next part of the puzzle, so that is to show that state, show that global state, and that is the path which comes through this subscribe thing. Okay, so the thing which we are going to do now is another thing which is known as map state to props. Const map state to props, and here we have another confusing term known as a state. And what is this state? Again, this is not React state, this is Redux state. Again, a confusing term which the Redux team have put for us. They should have named it something else, but they have named it state, which is again a common term in a class-based company. So one thing to notice is that okay, now functional component also have a state, but they don't use the word state. But see here, what I'm using a functional component, and the functional component I'm using the word state. Is it possible in React? No, it is not possible in React. Even through hooks, what we do, even through hooks, we don't use the state word, we use a state or something like that. Okay, so this state is not a React state, this state is a Redux state. That is one of the main thing. This props is not a React props, this is a Redux props. So this is where Redux become complicated, especially this component level. Okay, so now this state, what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to access that ag variable. So that ag global ag state, it is not a local state, it is a global state. Okay, then I'll come here and return I'll do, and here I'll do num of x is state nums of x. Okay, now what is this nums of x? Again, I could have used a different name, but the main thing is that this state nums of x. What is the state nums of x? State nums of x, even I'm if you go to the reducer, this is this nums of x, state nums of x is this nums of x, which is the global nums of x state. Okay, so this is that, and but this nums of x, again, I have also created a bit of confusion. Okay, but generally most of the people create confusions. So nums of x is actually this thing, props dot nums of x. So I'm taking it through props dot nums of x, and this nums of x is actually this part, this one. So what I'm doing, this local props nums of x, I am making it using to state nums of x. This is the configuration we have to do. So let me save it, and if everything is okay, I'll go back here. Everything is okay. That is one of the reason I'm getting this 100, or else I would not have got this 100, the global state, which is the nums of x. So I have got that 100 because of that only. So I've got that. Then after that I will click this, and I'm getting 99, 98, 97, 96. So this all I am getting. Okay, this all I am getting only because of that only because of our whole thing of the Redux is working fine. Okay, so the next part of the puzzle which I was telling, that the subscription thing is also been done, because we subscribe through this like map state to props. We are subscribing like this and we are getting it. Okay, so this is all about your Redux, main part of the Redux, but it is not yet done. We have a lot of other things like combined reducers and all those things we have. So let us go ahead, and as you might see, the most complicated part of logic is not this action creator, not this reducer, not this store, but this is the most complicated part of the puzzle. And because the map is state to prop, map dispatch to the way it works, so this all things have made the our React Redux team to add something new. So when React hooks came in, so what happens, all these bigger libraries, so there are two bigger library which are used in React. One is this Redux, one is React Router. So they have given a lot of custom hooks with them. So a lot of custom hooks were created, because with hooks what happens, we can create a lot of custom hooks. So they have created their own custom hooks which have replaced this higher order component first. This is also complicated piece of logic. Higher order component, then what it had done, it has replaced all these things. Okay, so let us see those things. Okay, so now I'm going to do the same thing through a hook based thing. The component, I'll come, and then in the component I'll do hooks egg container dot JSX. Let me do the JSX only. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, so now again I'm going to have it like this, and now we are not going to have any higher order component or something. Okay, so the thing which we are going to have first, we are going to get access to the state, and get access to the state, we are getting access to the state with the map state to props, but here we will get access to the state with a different thing. Okay, so let me come here, const num of x. Again we have a local variable nums of x equal to use selector. So there is a hook which is given to us by React Redux, which is the use selector hook. So use selector hook is given to us by React Redux, not React Redux. Here what I can do a state equal to state dot nums of x. Okay, state dot nums of x, I can do the same thing, state dot nums of x I'm doing through this, but here I can directly do the state dot nums of egg. Okay, so state dot, yeah, like this I can do, and again I will do like this, h2 num of hook x is, so again I can directly do that num of x. Okay, I can directly print that. Then we are going to have a button, we are going to have, and here by egg I'm going to do, and now we are going to have this dispatch thing. Okay, here. Okay, now even before that, let us have this here in the app, or we will forget. So here we have to have it inside it only. Okay, hook like this, save it. Yeah, it is showing right. See, it is already showing right 94. Although this will not work, it is showing right, means it is working. Our map state to props kind of logic is working. And see, this is the logic, only this much, and this is whole complicated logic. Not only this is going as like props dot nums of x I'm doing. Here props dot nums of x are doing, and this is also complicated. So this is how easy it becomes with the hooks in Redux also. So that is there. Now there is like use selector, we have another hook, just like map dispatch to props is there, and here everything is done by hooks. So we have another thing like use this patch. We have like this, use this patch. Okay, const dispatch is use dispatch I'm going to do, and then here on click is equal to dispatch by egg. So this by egg is the same thing. I don't know why it is coming. So this by egg is same like this. By egg we did it from Redux here. So this is the same thing. So the dispatch logic is actually same, but the dispatch logic was going through here, and then all those blah blah logic was there. So it was quite complicated. Okay, so this is not complicated here. Okay, again we can go here and we are going to the action creator. Let me save it and come back here. Okay, so now I can buy egg from here also, and it will work fine. So see, the logic is so much easier here. Just use dispatch hook I have to use with the dispatch, and I can dispatch it. So this is how easy it becomes with the use of hooks. Okay, so the next thing which we are going to do is a multiple reducers. Okay, multiple reducers which we are going to do, just like we have a chicken reducer there, we are going to have it here also. Okay, so a lot of logic will be like that only, but let us see now. Okay, so again what we are going to have here, we are going to have here inside the Redux. Okay, inside the Redux, this container, let me close it for some time, it's quite big. Inside the Redux we are going to have another folder known as chicken like this, and then here chicken actions.js, chicken types.js, chicken reducer.js. Okay, so this is there. So this chicken types, again we are going to have this chicken types like where is egg types, like this only. So let me do one thing, let me copy from here. So by chicken, save it. Chicken types is done. Now the one more thing is there. So let us create the action creator now, and should I do it okay, let me write it. Import by chicken from dot chicken types, yeah, it is okay. And export const by chicken is a function which is like this, return by chicken. Okay, return by chicken will be there like this, and save it. Now let us do one thing. Let us quickly add this action creator to our index file. So because this is for that only, means this index file is for that, so that we can easily access it. By chicken from, yeah, this thing. So this thing is not required. Yeah, chicken actions, yeah, just okay. Chicken action is done. Now we have to create the reducer. Okay, we have to create a reducer. Should I copy that? I not copy that, a lot of error comes if we copy, means import by chicken from chicken types const initial state is equal to num of chickens is 10. Okay, that is okay. And then we are going to have the reducer. So const chicken reducer equal to state equal to initial state comma action, and switch is like this: action dot of buy chicken dot 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 state num of chicken is state dot num of chickens minus 1, and return state. Okay, return state is there. Then after that we have to do just a export default chicken reducer. We are going to do this, and then we have to add this in the store. Okay, like this egg reducer also you have to add this in the store, and here is where the concept of combined reducer will come. So we cannot use the same thing here. From this moment only we have to use the combined reducer. Okay, so how to do that combined reducer? We have to import it, and now again the combined reducer is from Redux. Okay, so import combine reducers from Redux. I will do, and create a store. Okay, my bad, actually my bad. What I have done wrong, it is like the store, we have to have a root reducer also. Now the store will be like this only. So in this store level we are going to have a root reducer, which is a combined reducer. Okay, in this level, okay, in the Redux level we will have a root reducer.js we are going to have, and here import combine reducers from Redux. Then import egg reducer from egg, and egg reducer. Import chicken reducer from chicken and chicken reducer. Now const root reducer equal to combine reducers, and egg is egg reducer, chicken is chicken reducer, and we'll close it, and we have to export this. Export default root reducer, export default root reducer. So like this, the now the state will also a bit change. Egg and chicken will be there, and egg reducer and chicken reducer is there. So now in the store we have to use this, not the egg reducer, we have to use the root reducer. Okay, so instead of this, cross it, import root reducer from root reducer. Okay, like this. Now we will have this root reducer. Save it. Now we will create a chicken container also. Okay, it will be different, so let us do that. Now in the container I'm going to have a hook chicken container dot jsx. Okay, so this I am having rafce I'm going to do, and here actually it will be quite simple, similar to this, so why not use it? So first thing, I will copy this and I will come here, use this. So instead of buy egg, it will be buy chicken from Redux. It is okay. Okay, now let me copy this also, these two also I will copy. And now instead of num of x, it is num of chickens. Num of chickens, the spell is right, num of chickens. Okay, now here again let me copy this, num of hook chickens, num of chickens. On click, it will go to this buy chicken, buy chicken, like this. Save it. Okay, so this is done. Now do I have any error? No, I don't have any error, but now I have to go here, and here I have to do this hook chicken container, like this. Save it. If I go back, so actually this everything is broken. Why it is broken? So we are not getting this num of egg, num of hook egg, num of chicken eggs, we are not getting it. So everything is broken. So everything is broken for a reason. Everything is broken because what is happening now, we have changed the state actually now. So if we go to the root reducer, see, we have a egg and a chicken variable. So now the state is changed. State is like state dot egg dot num of chicken, state dot egg dot num of egg, state dot chicken dot num of egg. So this is actually, this is the root reducer. In the root reducer we are changing the state a bit. So now, and we are going to have that Redux store also soon, so it will be much easier to see. Okay, so now what we need to do in all the three components, not only this two hook, even this one, we have to change that thing. Okay, so let me do on the this or hooks one first. Okay, so state dot chicken dot num of chickens I have to do first thing. Okay, so then nothing else needed to be changed here. See, the chicken is already coming, right? And then here what we are going to have, it is going to have egg dot, save it. This egg is also coming, right? But now this one, the earlier approach we have to do, and here also we have to change at only one place, which is this state, which is this egg dot num of eggs. Save it, and this is also coming, right? So let us see whether it is working. Working. And with this we complete this thing actually. And the thing is that we have okay. Let us learn a bit about the middlewares also. Okay, middlewares also, we are going to do a bit of middleware and a bit of dev tool also we are going to do. So that dev tool is very important, that Redux dev tool is very important to be installed, so we are going to do that. So we are going to look into the logger middleware, just like we have seen it there. So we are going to look into the logger middleware. So I will come here and J, here I'll do npmi redux logger, the same thing I have to introduce here. And now when we introduce the any middleware, so middleware added functionality to our Redux, and as I've told earlier also, middleware is somewhere here. So that thunk also is here. So after the action creator has been dispatched to a reducer, it catches it in the midway and adds some functionality to it. Okay, so that is about reducers, and that is about the middleware. So the best example is the thunk middleware, which is used for async action, which we are not going to see today, we are going to see tomorrow, and this is going a bit longer, and I generally do only 1 hour sessions. Okay, so like this. So this logger, so where we will add this logger, so we have to go to this store first, and here I have to do a apply middleware. I have to use this apply middleware from Redux. Then logger, we are going to use the import. Previously we have used that node.js kind of thing, so we are not going to do that. We're going to do this import log import is not there, it is import logger from Redux logger. I'll do okay, and then store is create root reducer comma apply middleware, and we will apply the middleware as logger. And now we'll come here, open the console, and now I have not added any console in this project. Okay, so I will just print this C, and the logger middleware is working fine. So it is much better in this React Redux app. As you can see, it is much better. So this action by egg I have done, previous state it is giving me, which is the egg. So our state has a change, as I've told. In egg, another object is there. Inside the egg we have another object like this, and inside chicken we have another object like this, which is the number of chickens and number of eggs, and then the action of buy egg is done, and the next state has been done. So similarly I will do a buy chicken, and a buy chicken also it will done. So this logger is done. But as I've told, it is much better to use our Redux dev tool. So I already have this Redux dev tool installed, and it is very easy to install. It is available in both Chrome and Firefox. So if I do the Redux dev tool, so it's a extension, Chrome and Firefox extension. So like this, Redux dev tool is there, and you have to install it from this. Okay, install it from here. You have to install it, just add it to Chrome. So that is there. Then after that, what we are going to do, so how to install it? Okay, that is installed, but if I go here, you'll see that no store is found. So some additional installations we need to do, which is in the code level. I don't know why they have made it like this. In the code level we have to do this. Okay, so this is their doc, and they've got very good instructions, means like what we have to do. And like a lot of things we need to add from here, like one Redux dev tool and all these things. We will add those things. Okay, so we are going to use this one. Okay, these things we are going to use, and as they've told, so they've got different package things like this. I will do this, and I'll do a Control J, we enter. So this we are going to do, and then they have told us to use it like this. Okay, compose it like this, and do the middleware and all those things. Okay, so let me copy this. So this is done. So again we have to go to the store, and let me add it here. Compose with the dev tools I have done, and then this compose with dev tool, as they have shown, we have to add it in the apply middleware. So all and there can be more middlewares here. Okay, so just we have to add this thing, compose with dev tool. The same thing I'm going to do, compose with dev tool, and you have to pass this apply middleware to it. This whole thing is going to be passed. Okay, so this whole thing is going to be passed, and then the magic happens, and see, we have a store, and the magic happens. Only this much is there. So this state is there. So this is much better than what we were seeing there. Okay, so the state is there. So generally we click here the state, and it will show me the egg is like this and the chicken is like, even the raw thing also I can see. So generally we see it here only. And the thing is that now if I do a buy egg, it will show me this. Okay, at this time it happened, and initially it is 100. I can go back also, and it is now this. Again a buy egg I will do, again this buy egg action is done, and at a time also it will show. Again a buy chicken is done, it is also been shown. So it will show us all these things. So this is how the Redux dev tool works, and this is very useful in bigger project. Is way too much useful, it is required. Okay, so actually we will end it here today, and we'll cover two more topics tomorrow in Redux only. So React Redux payload and all those things, we payload and then async, thunk and all those things. What else we are going to do? Okay, yeah, we are going to do some more and payload and those things. And yeah, we are going to see Redux thunk also. So enough of this again things are there, so we are going to see Redux thunk again. We are going to see the Redux thunk through the same thing. Okay, so we are going to see that fetch users thing. So as I've told, everything is related to the Redux thing which we have done yesterday, and you should go through that if you have not gone through yet. Okay, so with this I will end today's stream. And as I have told earlier also, this is also available in the in your as a certification. This is also available as a certification. If you want that certification, you can do that certification from my channel, and I will be happy to include in you in our community. So our community, we have a Friday calls every Friday at 6:30, in which I do a group call in which I solve everybody's problem, whatever the problem they have. Either it is with their career, either it is with their coding and all those things, I'll solve it. So that is there, and a lot of other things are there. You'll get a nice certificate from our company also. In the weekend web dev workshop, I have given nice participation certificate, but this is not participation certificate. This is that you have completed successfully like this, and all these things will be there. The assignments I'll give, you have to complete the assignments and all. Okay, and so if you want, you can do that. The link is there in the description. And with this I will end to this. And thank you, and please do subscribe to my channel if you're not done yet. Thank you.